Hello LEGO friends, Matt from Brooks here, taking a look at set 60324, the mobile crane, one of the January 2022 releases in the City line. A very great set. Stay tuned and let's take a look. Alright, get right into it with a look at the minifigures first. We've got one male and one female figure. Torsos are slightly different, which I think is pretty cool to note. And the female figure actually has a dual molded hairpiece with a hard hat and the hair molded onto as well, which I think is really, really cool. She's got a walkie-talkie with her. Let's look at her back section there, torso. The male figure has a slightly different torso, and he's got a large wrench piece. And notice he also has some glasses on him there as well, and a slightly different torso with a little bit of a hoodie and a walkie-talkie in the back there. Whoops. Pretty cool little figures there, but right on to the main event, and that is this lovely 8 stud wide crane. LEGO City has produced a number of these over time, and this is probably the one for me that harkens back to the 1980s style crane, one of the ones I remember having as a kid that I thought was so cool. I'll put a picture of it up here. But that one just evokes memories of that. That one was all yellow. This one has kind of that flamish orange yellow mixed in with some of the blue, but I still get that vibe from it. But this one just feels it is bigger, but it feels very industrial, and it has a lot of great play features. You can see it does come with a 8x16 road piece plate, which you can easily lift up and move around here, just like this. It's actually really fun to swing this around. But the main feature of this is, of course, the crane section that has this very large boom that extends up, which you can actually do by maneuvering this little gear right here. You can see that going up and down, and that maneuvers that section of the boom. And then you can use this to adjust the string, your slack for the string for your payload. I will note that the string that comes with this set is very different than anything I'm used to. It's more of like a nylon. It's not very threadish, and it's kind of smooth. My big fingers, I did have a bit of a hard time tying the knots for these, both at this end and in the end for the hook piece there as well. I ended up doing like 2 or 3 knots to make that stay. It's a little different. I'm not sure I like the feeling of it, but I can see that maybe like I wanted to produce a different kind of string for, you know, maybe ecological reasons or whatever, who knows, cost savings, whatever. But this is the main play feature. Obviously, you do get this nice little effect on both sides of these additional stands that can be maneuvered in and out, like so, to help maintain some balance with the crane. And when it's not being used, these can retract in, and the legs can be pointed up just like that. And you can drive down the road. And it's got some nice, very large rubber tires here. It drives very well on a surface. Nice large flatbed space, as I keep throwing around the roll plate. For the rotation on that turntable. The front design is pretty basic. You do have room for 2 figures, 1 driver and 1 passenger. The one issue that I will note with this is that in this design, there's a big kind of an empty space here underneath that archway where you can see inside the cab and around the wheel area there. I'm not sure I'm too fond of that. I might look at modding it up a little bit. But other than that, I don't really see much of anything to fault with this set. I've got a few stickers here, nothing overwhelming, but lots of great playability. It feels right for a city. And this will be a little big for my city in terms of the roads and all that stuff. but I think it still looks pretty cool. And I probably will put this in like a construction area just to have on hand and kind of give that look and feel of things under development, because I still always have projects that are ongoing. So, whoops, so why not? You can see that these do sit on this little thing from the back to help keep those on. As I do it with one hand. There you go. But all in all, I think it's a great set. I think this was approximately $30 or so US. I'll put the price up here for you. City sets are always a little steep for what they are. You are getting a piece of role play with this as well. But I think this is a solid investment. I think this is probably one of the most well-received items in the City line for this January release, at least from what I've seen across Instagram, Facebook groups, etc., etc. And I think you do yourself well if you can get your hands on it for your city, as I did here. But as always, I do want to thank my subscribers in particular for watching. Really appreciate your support. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when I go online, publish new videos, all that good stuff. Leave a comment or thought below. All that good stuff, as always. Really appreciate it. And until next time, this is Matt from Brooks saying, peace out. See ya.